Hey everyone, it's Libby from maighstirtarot. Again, last one, I promise. First of all, I'd like to acknowledge the Worimi First Nations people of WORIMI and absolutely want to welcome you, your guides, my guides, and the universal energies. Yes, I do believe that the airport is pronounced Dulles. I do apologise if I've still got that wrong. It's just trying to get my tongue around it. It's a bit like foreigners calling Wanji Wanji Wangi Wangi, and we just have a little bit of a chuckle and correct them. So yeah, all countries on earth are guilty. Okay, what I want to have a look at is entertainment only. I'm going to have a look at the New York business documents fraudulent, known as the hush money case, etc. Judge Michon has come out and he has said that he is going to delay the sentencing till September while he processes what he needs to and hears more information, etc., in regards to the SCOTUS ruling, because what's happened is basically anything that happened while Trump was president can no longer be used as evidence without the okay of the SCOTUS. So the question is, was there enough evidence that came out that took place prior to Trump being president to for the case to hold? Now, I think it's going to. There were certain things like tweets that texts that were used as evidence in the case, mainly with Hope Hicks, and also very possibly some checks that were signed while he was president. I mean, as if this is an official act covering up an affair with a porn star and falsifying your business documents. This is not an official act. Just don't quite know. Oh goodness, goodness, goodness me. Anyhow, when I was looking at this, just thinking about the question itself, I literally wrote, what did I write? Motion filed to quash New York Michon case delayed until September. That's literally all I've written on this case. I believe it was the 18th of September or something they're thinking of. But what I find really interesting, so this is my notebook here. Yes, I should have been a doctor. This is my notebook. What I've got here is I haven't crossed out. I've crossed out Wales keepers of the Gaia records because that's something I do want to have a look at. But for whatever reason, I did cross out the 3 days of darkness. Now, that's actually caught my attention while I'm doing these readings today, and really wonder if at the moment we are in the midst of the 3 days of darkness, the 3 days while the dust settles and we get our heads round and the legal eagles get their heads round what is occurring. Or it may be this is the precursor to the 3 days of darkness. I don't feel it's going to be physical darkness. What I'm really feeling is it's just going to be depths of despair darkness. Okay, so for those that haven't watched the other videos, I got really clear as day after I packed up yesterday. I got myself a hot chocolate while I was waiting for the kettle to boil, that the filthy six on the SCOTUS have basically signed their death warrants, not literally but figuratively, that they were given a chance. When I asked for further on that, I heard that they were given the chance to do right, the option to do right, but they failed. So there's something significantly coming there for them. This is going to backfire big time, is what I'm really feeling. It's going to get wild between now and the election as those that are trying to bring this chaos and destruction of the US democracy into being. It's going to get wild as they become more desperate. Please make sure your registration's there. If anybody says, I can't believe what SCOTUS has done, or this ruling was just, ask them if they're registered to vote, and if not, assist them to register and assist them to vote. Reminding that some swing seats are determined by less than 100 votes. So every vote counts, and I got clear as day this morning that there are going to be a request for international observers at the election. Really, to me, this is deepest, darkest third world country requiring, military coup type things requiring international observers, but that is because there is an element that is going to try and restrict the election results. It's already come out. You and I have heard about it, so goodness knows what else the government, the Biden government and the agencies will know, which will be way more than you and I. Information's already coming out from the likes of Roger Stone and Donald Trump himself that they have in their pocket swing seat state leaders who will alter the result of the election at the behest. So really, this is the international observers will, I'm just going to say, stop them from doing it, restrict that from happening. Oh, goodness me. So let's see how it goes. Let's have a look. What I want to have a look at is the Michonne case in New York. Will Donald Trump get off? Will this case be dismissed? How is this sentencing ruling going to go for Donald Trump? Now, remembering, so I'm getting he'll get sentenced, but he'll appeal it to buggery. So let's have a look. How is the Michonne ruling going to go for Donald Trump? How is the Michonne ruling? Okay. Right. What has come out here? The Ten of Cups. It is my voter card. End of a cycle. The voter. It's all very much in the hands of the voter. It's a celebration going on, celebrating the sitting at the head of the table. That's the signifier card here. What am I getting from this card? It's almost like, okay, thank you. What I'm really getting, so to me, it looks like the Empress sitting at the head of the table there, and you've got the drunken mob celebrating. So it's almost like the delay in this case has sparked I'm going to say, a preemptive celebration here. Do not be surprised. I haven't looked at what he's saying today, but do not be surprised if Trump on Untruth Social is bragging in all capital letters about Michonne and that he's had this case dismissed. No, he hasn't. So it's really feeling like a preemptive celebration, a drunken celebration for the emperor. What have we got? The Five of Wands challenge. So Trump is going to be challenged by inflammatory messaging that's going to come for him, and he's going to be tied and yelling in defiance. This is going to be his challenge. His restriction. He's not going to get away with it. It is just a delay in the sentencing. This is really him yelling on Untruth Social at rallies in defiance about the reality that he doesn't want to face. At the foundation, the energy stewing in at the moment, the Six of Pentacles. Basically what's happened is you've got this figure here is being tossed out and ranks have been closed in behind, ranks of protection. So to me, that is very much about Judge Michonne. Okay, tossing out some elements of the evidence and closing ranks behind it. I think he's got enough for this case to hold. In the past, so how's it going to go for Trump? We've got the Four of Cups. Didn't like what was on offer. So he's basically, first of all, he fell asleep in the courts. He's just put out the options out there and he's not looking at the reality of things in the past. This is, okay, thank you. This is Trump almost letting his guard down. He thinks he's got it in the bag, but it's in the past. Now, for those that have been following me for a while, will remember Remember when there was that attempt not that long ago, a couple of months back, where there was another judge or legal or whatever that approached Michonne in the hallway of the court and started giving unsolicited advice, and it went to an investigation? Never heard anything more about that, because that was very much an attempt by the Trump party to have Michonne thrown off the case. Michonne is not, he knows the rule of law. He has had, probably count in all of his decades of being a judge, or all of his years of being a judge, less than counting on one hand rulings that have been overturned, because he prides himself on not making rulings that can be challenged. So just be aware. We've got here the Emperor crowning the reading, the win at any cost. We know who that is. So how's it going to go for Trump? Trying to steal, lie, again, Seven of Swords sneaking into camp, attacking. So this is the attempt in the immediate future to get this case dismissed, quashed. Externally, I'm talking about Trump. How's it going to go for Trump? The corrupt indolence, just the uncaring for human life. It showed that clearly during COVID, but it's almost like a boredom playing with lives. Do not be surprised, actually, if he starts breaking his gag orders, because he couldn't care less he couldn't care less about those that support him, for starters, but he cares even less for those that he thinks he can attack. But this is very much about externally Trump, corruption, indolence, just causing careless destruction, internally lies, stealing, abuse of power, win at any cost, hopes and fears, end of a oligarchical cycle, end of a cycle, but it's also, the raping and the pillaging and the stealing, the outcome. Oh, he's not going to like the answer. So I'm really getting that he thinks he's got it all in the bag, that it's going to get quashed. But there is volatile information coming forward for him, a volatile message that the ruling is going to hold, the protection is going to hold, and do not underestimate what Judge Michonne will bring forth. He'll bring forth a ruling and a sentencing on this. Do not underestimate. Wow. Okay, I want to have a look, because basically what's happening is I'm thinking what my feels are is that Judge Michonne is going to go through the information that was presented and what is going to be considered as, goodness forbid, a presidential act under the new SCOTUS rule. It's almost like he's got two columns going. One doesn't fall under this new ruling, SCOTUS ruling, and one that does. And he's going to look at the two and he's going to weigh them up to see whether the volume of prosecution information that came forward, if these are taken out, would it have changed the outcome? And I think he's going to get a big no. It wouldn't have changed the outcome, because we're talking about the act itself, the offer to Ms. Daniels, Ms. Clifford. We've got Michael Cohen's information from what came prior to him being elected. This is not while he was running, this was while he was elected. You've got the Pecker information, whoever the other dude was right at the end that really messed up, brought in as a defence and ended up working for the prosecution. So Judge Michonne, what I'm getting, is going to go through what each column is and going to make a decision about what would have been presented and what wouldn't have been presented and whether it would have changed the outcome. And I'm hearing him, he'd know it wouldn't have changed the outcome. Because I'm getting that there wasn't a lot that occurred after the presidency. So let's have a look. Yeah, it's unexpected out of left field, bringing forth his ruling that it's going to take Trump unexpectedly, because I really feel he thinks it's going to get quashed. He's got it. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Show me Judge Michonne's decision on the New York falsifying business records case. How's that going to play? What's the ruling? You want that one? Okay. Just going to do a 3-2-1 and then we'll wrap it up for the day. Oh, love this. When I showed you that page of cups, this was the next card, and I just didn't show it. Yeah, he is looking at the rule of law. Got the two pages here. He's got the two columns going, not literally, well, maybe even literally. But I think he's going to bring a ruling forward about this really quickly, and it's going to make headlines. So I just feel he's looking at the rule of law, and he's going to make a quick decision in regards to this, about what happened in the past. So again, if you have a look at this card, there are two sides of cups there. He's going to look at what happened when in the past. And I do think that he's going to restrict Donald Trump. And boy, oh boy, is Donald Trump going to argue about it. And it's going to be an unexpected ruling for Donald. It's going to be solid, but it is not what we may feel it is going to be, or just even Donald's going to feel it's going to be, because Donald's going to find himself tied up to the stake and yelling into the ether as he does. Celebration, getting down to the core fundamentals and letting go of the rest in regards to this moral, financial, and ethical corruption. Yep, bringing it to an end. And we've got the Queen of Cups, the emotional stability, security, something in the cup not yet revealed. It's going to be revealed. The lid is off the cup. Once the lid is off, you can't put it back on again. He's going to bring this to a close. And we've got the Tower moment. Now, I'm not trying to overanalyze this. I'm not bringing any bias in that I can. I just really think it's going to be a Tower moment for Donald. Absolutely. All the gold in the world will not protect them. Judgment. While this crusty old dragon is chewing on the branch, the dead wood, there is going to be the ruling made. The decision's not yet there. It's not yet been made. Looking at all the information, but maintaining his independence as he investigates this devil energy, looks very closely. There are certain things the devil wants kept hidden and dismissed, but he's going to look very closely, and then he's going to bring down his restrictive ruling and set up some boundaries. So I don't think do not be surprised that Don the Con will be ranting at his rallies. He will be carrying on Untruth Social that this witch hunt, well, if it was a witch hunt, he would have been plunged underwater to see if he drowned or floated, and then if he floated, he'd then be burnt at the stake. Um, do not be surprised if he'll be ranting about how this case it will be quashed. They don't have a leg to stand on. That it was all fakery and made up and a witch hunt and all the rest of it. He might be in for a surprise. I think this case is going to hold, and I think he's going to find himself with a sentencing. Okay, let's see how it plays, and it may be sooner rather than later. I know Michonne's put it off till September, but what are we, July, August, September? So we're looking at 6 weeks. See how it plays. Look after yourself, buckle up. It's going to get crazy between now and the election. Look after yourself first, and vote as if your life depends on it, because it does. Take care.